I'm going to show you how you can predict anything you could possibly want in a voice memo that you made a week or even a month ago. This trick uses innate features already built inside your iPhone, so you don't have to spend a cent to do this trick.
I want to show you my voice memos.
Okay.
I have one called Prediction that was made on Monday. Can you see that?
It's Saturday.
It is not Monday.
It's not
right?
Monday, yeah.
I'm going to let you hold this so you know that nothing's happening with that.
Okay.
Cool. I'd like you to just tell me when to stop. I'm just going to deal cards.
Yeah.
Just tell me when to stop. Okay.
Stop there.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you can go further and you're going to wonder what would have happened if I'd gone further. Yeah.
I was wondering it, but no, I want to stop there.
Okay. You stopped on the 3 of hearts.
Okay.
If you had gone one earlier, it would have been the 5 of diamonds.
Okay.
If you had gone one later, it would have been the 4 of spades.
Okay.
But you stopped at the 3 of hearts.
Yeah, good.
I'd like you to play that prediction. You might have to make sure my volume's up.
Hang on.
Let's turn the music down.
I predict that on January 4th, Andrew will wear a black hoodie, brown pants, and pick the 3 of hearts.
Now, I actually have 2 different methods to do this trick, each with their own pros and cons for the different situations that you might find yourself in. I'll teach you both, and then at the very end of the video, I'll let you in on another little secret that will elevate this trick to the next level so you can get the kind of reactions that you saw I just got. Now, method 1 is actually going to use an AI voice that you make of yourself. The idea is then you use a text-to-speech app combined with this personalized AI voice to make your phone say anything that you could possibly want just by typing it in on the fly. Now, there's obviously a few steps to make that look like a voice memo, but first let me show you how to use your phone to set up an AI voice of yourself. You're going to launch the Settings app on your phone and scroll down to Accessibility. Once you're in Accessibility, you'll scroll a little bit further down until you see Personal Voice. You'll click on that and then you'll see another button that says Set Up Personal Voice. Now this is going to take about 30 minutes or so, and what your phone's going to do is ask you to speak aloud a bunch of different phrases and numbers. And it's essentially going to process all of that voice data and create an AI voice of yourself right on board your iPhone. Once you have this AI voice made of yourself, believe it or not, you're actually ready to perform. The only other thing that we need is a text-to-speech app. I personally like this app called Text-to-Speech, which I will also link in the description of this video. The reason being is that it allows you to save phrases and then edit those phrases on the fly. So when we get into the performance pieces of this, it'll allow you to essentially have most of your prediction pre-written, and then you only have to input some last little bit of detail on the fly. So it really shrinks down the typing time of this trick. So to perform this, what you're going to want to do is launch your text-to-speech app and have a pre-written sentence that's missing just a few details. So like you can see on screen here, mine is missing a name of the audience member and then a playing card that they will select. The name I would advise you try to get before you actually do this trick, so it just saves a little bit more typing time. So let's say the name is Sam, and I can input Sam, and now I just have the playing card that I would have the name on the fly. Now to perform this, essentially what you're going to do is show them the actual voice memo app, where you will have a voice memo titled Prediction that was recorded sometime in the past. After you show them this, you're going to quickly switch apps to the text-to-speech app and play the AI voice as if you were playing the voice memo. So let me show you kind of what the performance breakdown of that would look like. You'll have your phone in your pocket, preferably with their name already prepared in the text-to-speech. And you'll go up and ask them to name any playing card that they would like. So in this case, let's say the 4 of spades is what they name. Take out your phone and open the voice memo app and show them that you have one voice memo titled Prediction, and it was made sometime in the past. You say, but you named the 4 of spades. I'd like you to listen to this voice memo. You're gonna hold it up to their ear and press play on the voice memo app where you've inputted the 4 of spades. So they're going to hear your voice thinking that it came from the voice memo, saying that, for example, on November 1st, I predict that Sam will pick the 4 of spades. And then as you bring your phone back down, you will swipe back to the actual voice memo app, show them that one more time, and your trick is complete. One quick tip on switching these apps really quickly. If you swipe on the very bottom of your screen, left or right, it'll actually switch the apps to the left or the right. So if you only have 2 apps open, it'll switch back and forth between them super quick. Now, typing in the full name of a playing card on the fly still takes a good amount of time. 4 of spades is a good amount of keystrokes, but you can shorten that time. You can create shortcuts for the different suits. In case you haven't done this before, the way you do it is you go into settings, general, keyboard, and then text replacement. Here you'll be able to set any kind of short keystroke to be replaced then by another set text. For spades, I have OS for of spades. So then in order to type the card for spades, I just have to type 3 keystrokes, 4, O, and S. That's going to drastically reduce the time it takes to input whatever card they name. Now, obviously, the major con of this method is that participants can't see the screen while the audio plays. Now, the way around this is pretty simple, and I think it works pretty well. So what you're going to do is show the participant your phone screen with the voice memo app open. As you raise up the phone and hold the speaker by their ear, you're going to switch to the text-to-speech app. Now, while the phone is in this position, they obviously can't see the phone screen, and it's justified in that it allows them to hear better, and this is particularly good in a noisy environment. Then, as you lower the phone back down, you're going to switch back to the voice memo app. So all they've only seen is the voice memo app. They see it before it raised and after, and that continuity really sells the illusion that this audio is coming from the voice memo app. Now, one quick little detail about using text-to-speech. You know that it's AI, so it's gonna sound a little off to you. Other people don't know that, so their brain is gonna fill in some of the oddities and they aren't going to notice it as much. However, there are some things you can do to make it sound much more natural. Specifically, being very liberal with the commas in your text-to-speech app. Normally, when we speak, we pause between words sometimes. We speak a couple words and then we pause. Text-to-speech and AI doesn't do that yet. Inputting commas is going to force the app to create pauses between words and make things sound much more natural. So what I would recommend is every few words, whenever you might naturally pause in real life, input a comma. And that's gonna really help make that text sound much more natural. Okay, so that's method 1. Let's get into method 2 now. So method 1 has that disadvantage that we just talked about. Method 2 doesn't have that disadvantage in that it allows you to show participants this phone screen while the audio is playing. So that's a major pro. The con of this method is that it requires you to set it up in advance of your performance. I'll show you in a minute why that isn't as big of a problem as you might think. Now, this method is stupidly easy and no one knows about it. We'll see how long that stays to be the case, but as of now, this will fool people completely. In the latest iOS update, you can actually just replace the audio inside a voice memo innately within the voice memo app. So if you go into your voice memos, you're going to see the little 3 dots next to any particular recording. You're going to tap that, and then you'll see a button that says Edit Recording. This is going to allow you to re-record over a voice memo you made in the past, but the date won't change. It'll still say whatever date it was when you created it. The way you're going to use this is to basically, whenever you're out getting ready to perform, you're going to find a target prediction. So this could be, for instance, what color shirt someone is wearing, something that you couldn't have known before today. And given that your voice memo was made multiple days ago, this is where that piece of information becomes impossible. So you're going to re-record over that voice memo and say something along the lines of, I predict that tonight at the party, Sarah is going to wear a red shirt and a blue hat. Now, the con of this method is obviously you're going to have to step away from the group, either into the restroom or outside, to record over this prediction. People aren't going to notice that. It's just a matter of whether or not you can find an environment that's quiet enough to be able to record over the audio where it's not obvious that you can hear the party in the background. So that's the con of this method. Also, you can't have someone create some kind of information on the fly like we did with the other method. Remember the other method, I had someone name a playing card while the phone was already out on the table. So obviously you can't do that with this method because you are actually setting up this prediction prior to the performance. Now, as promised, there is one little detail that's going to take this trick to the next level, and that's going to be by combining these methods together in a sense. You're going to prepare some amount of information, and you're also going to have some amount of information be generated on the fly. And this can be done in both methods, including the second one where you actually have to prepare the entire prediction beforehand. So let's start discussing this using method 2 with the prediction that you have to prepare before performance. So for example, let's say our prediction is, I predict on November 1st, Sarah will wear a red shirt and pick the 4 of spades. Now, that's your prediction that you've pre-recorded prior to going into this trick. When you approach Sarah to do your trick, you're simply gonna force the 4 of spades. What's important though is that your phone is going to be on the table showing the voice memo app open before you even select a card. So it's in full view the entire time. They see that you have this prediction on your phone that says, my prediction made 2 weeks ago, and that's sitting openly on the table. You have them select their playing card, which you force, and obviously there's thousands of methods probably to force a playing card. But what's important now is that that information was generated on the fly. So now when you press play, you get 2 hits. The first, they visually see that this is coming from the app, and it says that they were going to wear a red shirt. So that's prediction 1. But then prediction 2, which is what sells this to the level that is super impossible, is that you also predict the playing card that they just picked while the app was open. So you have this mixing of methods that makes it really difficult to backtrace how this trick was done. And that's what's going to cause you to get the really, really good reactions. Now you can also do this same type of technique with the first method using the AI voice. There, you're simply going to input in text the extra pieces of detail that would normally take too long to type on the fly. So again, using that same example with the red shirt, you're going to type before you go up to the participant, I predict that Sarah is going to wear a red shirt and pick or you're going to leave that portion blank. Now you're going to have them name that playing card on the fly, perform it exactly how I taught you in that first phase. And now you get, again, 2 pieces of information that would be impossible to type in that exact moment. It would simply take too much time in order to type, Sarah will wear a red shirt and pick the 3 of spades. Given that you use your keystroke, you only have to press 3 keys to get these 2 pieces of information. Super simple trick, always on you, always ready. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.